Hey guys, and welcome back to Sorcery. Last time we lost a lot of progress, but at the same time we learned a whole lot. If we now look at our clues, we now have a lead on pretty much everything. So that's good news. But on the other side, we are also now way back in the past and trying to redo everything that we have been doing. So, for this episode, we are going to be skipping over any text that is the same as before. If you want to see that text, you can go ahead and go a few episodes back and you'll see me play through that regularly. But for today, we're just going to kind of skip through. I'll give the gist of what they're saying and we'll just kind of try to get through. But for now, let's go over our clues that we have right now. So first off, 4 nobles know the spell. 4 nobles of Kar were each given one line of the spell to the north gate of Kar. You will need to find these nobles, if you can, and learn their secrets. First noble, Sansas knows. Lord Sansas is the first noble of Kar, and only he knows the full spell to open the north gate of the city port. Lord Theta is in the ruins. Lord Theta can be found blind and begging in the ruins of the fallen quarter of the city. Lord Shinva is dead and buried. Lord Shinva is dead. However, there are rumors that his spirit still haunts his crypt in the Kar necropolis. Lord Malos is one of the nobles of Kar. Half of a spell line. By Forgus Pride. The Shrine of Slong. The priest at the Shrine of Slong might be able to help you find the spell lines to the gate. The shrine is located between the well and the decks in Lower Kar. Then Vic's Teeth. Werewolves trapped in their lupine form by plate armor stalk the city at night, controlled and owned by a man named Vic. I'm kind of curious how Vic plays into all of this. The werewolves and the red eyes both seem to be weird, but the red eyes were explained by the gate. The werewolves, on the other hand, aren't, so I'm interested to see where that goes. Portal traps are circular. This clue has helped us a lot. The goblin army. In tunnels under Kar, an army of goblins are massing for an attack. An attack they do in 2 days. The inhabitants of Kar are greeting each other with the slogan, Vic for first noble. Oh, I see how Vic is important now. He's turning people into werewolves, and yet he's also a... that doesn't seem like a good thing to me. Alright, with that all being said, the first thing on our list is to go ahead and get back to the fair and do all of that. So let's go ahead and go into this hut again. We're going to go ahead and make a move into... though we do have everything that the Chainmaker had to give us. So let's go ahead and escape that battle for now. We're running a little bit low on stamina, and I'm also not 100% sure that you get the same rewards the second time through. In fact, I don't think you do. Okay. The land rises gently, a thin meager scrub broken by rocky outcrops like teeth. Yep. Okay, so I'm hungry. Alright, let's just go ahead and keep on going. We'll go ahead and eat at night, but not for now. Gonna go on into the crowds. Alright. Now let's go ahead and explore the fair. So. That's interesting. So since I saw the boy last time, I'm now not able to go there anymore. Interesting. Okay, or wait, or am I? Barrel boy. Okay, so this will be the test. So we'll go ahead and... This was 1 gold piece for 5 apples, and so we're going to buy some, and then we're going to try to throw an apple at his sister to hit her. Alright. There we go, and we got our ration, which is good, because that 1 gold for ration is pretty much the cheapest that you can get. So, we'll go ahead and thank him. Alright. Now, Step out of the fair or small tent. What was the small tent? Oh yeah, that was something about advice or something. I just want to get a recap on that. Ah, right, 1 gold piece, and then it was someone that was humorous. You know, sure, let's go ahead and try it. What is so humorous? And maybe there's hints. The inside of the tent is dark. There are no candles or lanterns, and the cloth is thick black velvet, preventing any sunlight leaking inside. In the center of the floor, a man with green hair is sitting cross-legged, his eyes closed. Let's look at the man. You look over the man. He seems ordinary enough, except for his shock of bright green hair. Wait, so is this Jacksepticeye that I'm seeing? Like, just, you know, old Jacksepticeye, not new one, but I think that's all this is. He doesn't seem to notice you at all. There is a deep silence inside the tent. The business of the fair outside is quite forgotten. Let's go ahead and greet the man. Man doesn't move. Approach him. Step closer, expecting the man to leap up or react, or in fact do anything, but he simply sits there as you approach to within arm's reach. From here it is clear that his green hair is in fact a twig. What kind of spell would I cast now? Let's see. I could read minds, which would tell me immediately if he's alive or not. I could also, I don't know why I would do an illusion of treasure. I could just electrocute the darn thing and be done with it. I could mire it in quicksand. Let's go ahead and try to read minds. If I can't read his mind, that would be a very good tell that he is indeed fake. You slip on the cloth skull cap and cast a spell. With it on your head, you find the mind of the man in front of you, and are surprised to find him suppressing a gale of laughter. Something about this situation is very funny to him, it seems. I'm not sure I should take his hair off. That doesn't seem like a good idea. I wish I... Wait, can I make him depressed? I can make him depressed. I'm not sure if I should do that. Maybe I could sense danger. Okay, we're gonna grab its hair. You pull out to pull off the man's wig, but he reacts like lightning, his hand snapping up to catch his wrist. Catch your wrist. That's my act, he mutters, then releases your wrist once more. What do you mean, you ask, but he does not reply. I don't like this. This is very frustrating to me, because it's like, I should be able to do something with this, but it's just not. And so I am very... You know what? You know what, mister? We're gonna go ahead and go back just a little bit. Alright, let's go ahead and greet the man. Alright, let's approach the man. Alright, let's cast a spell. Just for the heck of it, just because I'm very curious as to what would happen, we're gonna go ahead and make the guy depressed. Because that's a thing we can do. You cast the spell and the man in front of you sighs and begins to look dejected. You don't think this is funny, do you? He complains. I don't know why I bother. With that, he removes the green wig from his head and flings it aside and goes to sit and sulk in the corner. You pick up the wig and put it in your pack. The man does not seem to care. I'm sorry, you tell him quickly. I don't understand the joke. Philistine, he mutters, but does not turn around. Leaving the man to his misery, you step back outside, where the elven woman smiles at you. Did you enjoy? She asks. I didn't get it. Oh, really? She looks surprised. Didn't you notice his hair? It's not real. So? The elven woman looks disappointed. Oh, well, she shrugs. Everyone's sense of humor is different, I suppose. Enjoy the rest of the festival. She waves to you as you leave. From across the field comes a murmur of excitement. Then, quite suddenly, a small tornado lifts a tent sharply up into the air and away. Well, now we have a freaking green-haired wig. Who knows what that does? I certainly don't. Alright, well, let's go to the middle of the midway. You push your way through the crowds into the very heart of the fair and look at the attractions on offer. So, we've got the beer tent. Alright. The beer tent did not go so well for me last time, so we're going to go to the other location. You cross the fair to join a crowd gathering at a safe distance around a dancing bear. A dwarf stands in front of the bear, holding a lead that is fastened to a ring in the creature's nose. "See my beauty dance," he growls, jerking the cord. The bear stumbles around in obvious pain. As he tugs the cable, he plays a pipe with great gusto. The crowds are in stitches of laughter at the poor bear's performance. The treatment of the creature is heartbreaking, and you wonder what the bear might do if the cord holding it back were cut. But there are several people in the way, and the dwarf is unlikely to let you near. Well, we don't necessarily need to get near now, do we? Not in this situation. Oh, that takes a lot of stamina, though. Like, a lot of stamina. Oh, what the heck. We're having fun here. Alright, you cast the spell, but for some reason nothing happens. There's something fishy going on here. Suddenly a cry goes up from somewhere in the audience. "My gold! My gold! Pickpocket! Beware, there's a pickpocket at work." You and the rest of the crowd spin around towards the voice and see a small creature darting off away from the crowd into one of the tents. You elbow your way through the crowd, hoping to grab the pickpocket, but there are too many people in the way. By the time you have pushed to the edge of the crowd, the little figure has vanished. Someone shouts, "What's happening to the dwarf?" Let's go after the pickpocket. You never take your eyes off a pickpocket once you know they're there. You slip quickly away, listening to the hue and cry as more of the crowd discover that they too have been robbed. You keep one hand firmly on your gold until you are back outside the crowd. From somewhere nearby, you catch a glimpse of the shadowy figure disappearing behind a tent. Some way about the way it moves is familiar. Alright, well, we have so little stamina right now, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and laugh with pleasure. Hey, it's our friends. City is full of devils. I know about the portal traps, you reply indifferently. They are easily avoided. Biker nods. Is that so? Well, then, perhaps I've underestimated you yet again. You've just underestimated my ability to time travel and, do magical stuff. He pauses to glance around him as if he were waiting for something. But if so, he does not see it. "I have a few minutes," he says. "Tell me of your quest. How goes it?" "I fear I will never escape Carr." Clanker nods. The north gate is locked. His brow knit together like crossed swords. "I do not know the citizens of the city, or who would be able to help. Have you found anything out yourself?" "I need to find a beggar who was a noble." Blind Theta. I've heard he wanders the wastelands in Upper Carr, north of the river. There's an area where the city has collapsed, where beggars and ne'er-do-wells gather. You could try there. I also need to find the other nobles. I was told by a friend of mine that they're only ones who know the spell for the North Gate. Flanker nods. Indeed, this is true. It is a tricky problem. Perhaps you might appeal to one of the Carr's gods. Which god? Slong is not strong enough for such knowledge, I think, though you could try his shrine between the well and the docks, Flanker replies, somewhat carelessly. Otherwise, Corgo would know, but his temple is by the North Gate. He nods finally. I must be away. Perhaps I will see you again later. I will be drinking at the Wayfarer's Rest. Alright, I think we're pretty much done with the fair now that we've met up with our friend again and have like 0 stamina after the pickpocket and everything. I definitely do not have enough stamina for bare knuckle fighting. That's not even debatable. Let's go ahead and go up here. You push your way through the crowd, following the road uphill. Party is getting wilder. Yep. The ticket booth. Let's look at the small tent. We didn't do that last time. Looking more closely, you spot a sign above the door. Cabinet of Fortune, try your luck, a prize for all. Let's go ahead and make a move. Let's try it. The Cabinet of Fortune. You go over to the tent and push back the flap. Inside, a grubby, bearded man leaps up from where he was sitting cross-legged on the floor and comes over to pump your hand. "Welcome, welcome, my friend," he exclaims, somewhat over-enthusiastically. "And let's see what prize you can win today. You must know this. There are no losers at the Honest Hannah's Cabinet of Fortune." He gestures one hand towards a large cabinet in the center of the tent. Let's look inside the cabinet. You step forward and peer to the glass. Inside there are piles of jewelry, books, gold, and other things, as well as a small, wiry creature curled up fast asleep. What is that creature, you ask? My little pet, Hannah explains. He's perfectly harmless. Well, he bites, but only when you open the cabinet to feed him. How much does it cost? You ask suspiciously. Aha! Honest Hannah replies, waving a finger in the air and acting as though he is pleased that you have passed his little test. You are clearly no chicken in springtime. The cabinet costs 2 gold pieces to play. If you don't have 2 gold pieces, then I'm afraid I don't care for you. But if you do, spend them with me. I don't believe I have enough to cast many spells, but I should have enough to read his mind, and to just make sure that this is a legitimate thing, if I'm going to spend money on it. You put on the skull cap and quickly cast your spell. Hannah watches you with curiosity, but is not alarmed. As you read his thoughts, you can see why. He is as honest as his name suggests, and he is not trying to trick you. The Cabinet of Fortune has some false prizes and some true ones, but it is not rigged. With your skull cap on, you catch one other strange thought in the room. No, wait, I didn't mean to ignore it. Gosh darn it. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Look inside. Strange creature. What is that creature? How much does it cost? Cast a spell. A lot of going back and forth in this game, but that's okay. Go ahead and nope, not suspicious. I don't want to make another person depressed, and I also don't want to be suspicious right now, as I don't need to be. Alright, let's listen. You reach out for the new thoughts. The thoughts are resentful, strong, and clear. A prisoner to my idiot boy, it says. I told Sansis that any wizard would be able to protect himself. When I get out of here, I'm really going to kill that miserable Lorag. Noble or not, the boy, too. These thoughts, evil, cold, and miserable, go round and round, but with no more clue as to where they are coming from. You remove the skull cap and the sensation fades. A prayer for luck, Anna remarks, unaware of your actions. A good idea. Now, will you pay? I'll go ahead and play this game. That person seems very interesting. You pay 2 gold pieces, and Hannah goes over to the cabinet and presses a small button on the side. It seems to operate a cantilevered spike, which pokes the creature, who squeals, jumps from its perch, and begins fluttering around inside the cage. Let's do what now? You ask. You can try to influence its choice by shouting at it, Hannah explains. The angrier you can make it, the better the prize, usually. I'm not sure why. As if to make the point, the creature picks up a ruby ring, then smiles and drops it, and flies up to the top of the tank. Shout something. Although it does not seem very fair, you determine to infuriate the creature as much as possible. Let's go ahead and do... How far back can you go? There it is. Okay. Told Sansis that any wizard would be able to protect himself when I get out of here. Okay, I'm going to kill that miserable Lorag. So Lorag should make him very infuriated. The creature in the tank flaps around with glowering eyes. What else could you try? Freedom. The strange mite is still flying around furiously. There must be something that will truly get this creature to see red. Hannah. The flying thing circles in a black rage. Eventually, this creature selects something from the prize pool, which it drops into a chute at the far side of the cabinet. Take it. You open the flap to remove a bracelet made of knuckle bones. You slip it into your wrist. A good prize. You nod to Hannah, who grimaces as you head back out of the tent. Alright, what does that do? Bracelet of bone. Let's look at our spells. Who requires a bracelet of bone? One of these things must... Oh. There it is, Kid. While wearing a bracelet of bone, the caster of this spell can concentrate on the particular illusion, and this illusion will become real to others. However, affected creatures must be intelligent, and the caster must not act counter to the illusion. Interesting. Also, the green hair wig. This is Yap. This spell allows the caster to understand the languages of and communicate with most animals. Interesting. Also Rap. To use the spell, the caster must be wearing a green-haired wig. In conjunction with this wig, the spell will allow the caster to understand the language of and communicate with creatures speaking a non-human tongue. It's very helpful. Alright, let's go ahead and follow the road. Okay, this bathhouse was good. How much is it, though? Yeah, I need to. Alright. Da-da-da, by the pool. Yep. Swim. Good, try the steam room. Let's greet the other figure this time. Right. Let's wait a little longer. Good. Now let's go ahead and leave. Check them over. Good. Alright, we're going to go ahead and head uphill. Get to that inn where we can hopefully go ahead and get Flanker back. Alright, let's look around. Move on. Right, the Shrine of Slong. Okay. It is still definitely not easy to see what these things say, but I believe it was this. Yes, the Wayfarer's Rest. Here we go. Alright, a table. Now let's go ahead and go to the bar first this time. Alright, greetings. Greetings, you say. Nice place you have here. Innkeeper nods at you. He's clearly impressed by your dress and fearsome aspect. And what be your purpose in these your parts, he asks. What's the price of a room again? Alright, 4 gold pieces. It's too much. And then ale was 1 finger. Alright, let's go ahead and head away from the bar, and there's Flanker. Alright, to Flanker's table we will go. I do play dice. I play Swindlestones. Alright. What's the stake? Alright. I do prefer to keep you in my debt. There. No. Okay, hold on. Alright, we have to go ahead and play the game with him. Let's go ahead and take him. And here we go. Very well. Alright, let's see if we've gotten any better at this game here. I don't like the look of this. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and bet 3 threes. Three threes. Do not think you will put me off my game with your conversation. I'll go ahead and call. Darn it, there are 4 threes. Okay, still in this. Okay, 2 ones. 3 threes. I'm gonna go ahead and say 4 threes. 5 threes I think is too high. There we go, round is mine. Roll again. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and do 4 threes. Or 4 fours. Or maybe I should do 5 fours. No, we'll do 4 fours. Alright, let's see if you have a 4 over there. You do, there we go. I'm ahead for now. Okay, 2 threes, 2 twos. It's gonna say 2 threes. I think there are 4 threes. Because I believe that he just bets on what he has. 5 threes, I do not think so. Yeah, so he just bets straight up what he has. Alright. I'm just going to do 3 threes this time because I don't think that he has 1. Though, yeah, we're going to do 3 threes. Ah, I do have 3 threes. You were wrong. Good. Okay, he's only got 1 dice. And I have 4. It would take a miracle for me to lose. A horrendous miracle. Well, my good sir, there are 2 twos. I'm sorry to tell you that. No, there are not 3 twos. That's for sure. There we go. Flanker, my buddy, I'm so sorry. It just seems like you lost. Flanker nods deeply. Sindla, preserve me. I've lost you again. Come with me. I will take you to the council. The council? The leaders in Kar are madmen and pirates, but not fools. They may be persuaded to see the sense of your mission, he replies, especially if you have gold to cover their pockets. Shall we go? Let's go. Excellent. Flanker beams, finishes his beer, then gestures to the door. Follow me. I'm a bit concerned about the fact that we have very little gold to line their pockets, so to speak. So, we'll see how this goes. You follow Flanker across the top of the dock. He moves fast, like a fleeting shadow, but somehow contrives to never disappear from your sight. He does not speak, and your attempts at conversation are met with immediate silence. Alright. At the council. Finally, you arrive outside an ordinary-looking building. This is it, he declares. Wait here, and I will go inside. He disappears through the door. Let's look through the house. The house into which Flanker has gone is just that, surely. The windows are thick bottle glass, and the doors tarred wood, studded with rivets and painted black. The roof, only a single story up, is overgrown with weeds. Other identical dwellings stand either side. Still nothing. The building in front of you does not seem like any council chamber. Perhaps this is a trap? I doubt that. Let's go ahead and look through the windows. You peer in through one of the windows, but the glass is so thick and heavily streaked on the inside with candle grease that you cannot make out anything. Let's go ahead and wait. You wait. Flanker does not reappear. Let's go ahead and wait. Minutes pass. Wait. Time passes. In the distance you hear the sound of cartwheels rattling down the cobbles from the dock. They are quickly lost in the bustle of lower car. Okay, just a reminder, he did say wait, so I'm going to keep waiting. Persistence is key. Hear footsteps of the guards marching past. Perhaps they will come here, but they turn away. This place, it seems, is not even important enough to warrant a visit. Long minutes pass. You underestimate my patience. You underestimate my patience. You've underestimated my patience severely. Oh my gosh. It's gotta happen eventually. It's gotta happen. No, I didn't want to try the... Didn't want to try the door. Okay, well, if this wastes time, I will cut it out, but I'm gonna go ahead and wait again. No, I didn't... gosh, why? Okay, follow flanker. I'm determined to wait. Very determined to wait. I don't really care what it takes. You're going to wait. However long, however grueling, we will wait. I refuse to admit that I am sitting here stubbornly just trying to get in. I think that this door will open at some point, as long as I wait enough times, which is a lot of times. And so I will continue to wait until I can finally get into this building the correct way, which is by waiting and not by just going in. Okay. Apparently they just don't allow you to wait it out. Then you have to walk away. Alright. That was a waste of time. We're gonna go back and follow him in. Alright, inside. You are in a wide room. Chairs line the walls, but there is no other furniture. If this is someone's house, then it has been meticulously robbed, but if not, you cannot see what function it does serve. But it cannot be abandoned. A fire in the hearth blazes out heat. There is no sign of flanker anywhere, but there are also no other doors. Let's go ahead and look at the fire. You go over to the fire to warm your hands. It seems normal enough, and is hot enough to roast a pig. A voice booms out from nowhere. "Please," it says. "Be seated." You choose a seat near to the fire and sit down. Something strange happens the moment you take the weight off your feet. It is as though the far wall no longer exists. In its place is a hallway lined with cloth banners and torches on brass poles. 2 guards stand halfway down the hallway, and between them you see Flanker, deep in conversation. You stand to approach. The wall remains invisible. It seems you are at the front of a queue to approach the council. You make your way into the inner hall. Flanker seems to be conferring with both of the guards, but they are not moving aside, and continue to block his way along the corridor. Clearly he is hoping to gain you an audience with the nobles, but he is not managing to succeed. "I'm sorry," the first guard is saying. "The council is in session and cannot be disturbed." Flanker is shaking your head. "That is incorrect, as you well know." "I'm afraid the council is in session," the guard repeats, louder now. "Then I will need to see them," you declare firmly. "No one sees the council when they are in session," the guard replies, primly. See what Flanker does. The assassin bows his cowled head. "I'm sorry for your family," he says quickly. Then a moment later, his long steel blade is in his hands and at the neck of one of the guards. Let's go ahead and attack the other guard. Alright. The 2 guards leap into defensive postures, wielding their halberds, weapons with reach, hard to defend against, and capable of doing unusual amounts of damage. Well, they're already guarding, so we're going to go ahead and... That was not a guard. The guard raises his halberd. He is clearly shaking with fear, hardly surprising since Flanker is already besting his comrade. He began with a light jab. The council guard responds with a tough blow, balancing the strength and impact. He slips the foot of his halberd neatly beneath your blade. He knocks you reeling to the floor. Across the chamber, you see Flanker suffering a similar setback. He shifts his grip to hold the staff more loosely. Alright, a chance to overpower him. A similar jab, so we're going to go ahead and do a 6. Oh, that was a really weak jab. Time to attack. You rush forward with a deep, heavy slash, but his own move is fast and careful, and he is able to parry the very worst of the strike. You have winded him. "I can't let you through," he mutters. The other fade is raging fiercely. The guard's eyes follow your shoulders. Okay, defensive. Relentlessly, you cut and thrust, keeping the guard pinned. You swing your sword fast in towards his chest, but the impact clangs against his defending staff, and you only lay a minor wound. He shows his teeth. Alright, be aware. Well, we know defending won't do much. Yeah. Alright. Flanker swings fast while you drop yourself into a crouch, and the guard powers forward with a cry. It tires him out, but you are left breathless and weak. The guard is moving his staff protectively, conserving his energy so that his next strike can be stronger. "He's toying with you," Flanker calls from the other side of the room. "Oh, well, toy with me he may." Acting quickly, you slash violently across his chest, but the blow jumps back off his lifted halberd, and you only place a small bruise. He smiles. The guard pants heavily. After so long simply guarding, he is clearly out of shape. Well, now he's going to rush forward. Oh, no, we're both defending. Interesting. You whip up your defenses, and he hangs back and watches you in return. On the other side of the hall, Flanker spins dramatically, slicing the other guard's chest armor and drawing a fountain of blood. He pauses to pray. He watches your footwork closely. You gonna attack now? No, still defending. And now you're going to attack. Readying a defense. Feigning left, you sting him with your blade, low and fast, saving your energy. The door will be opened, you declare, whether you do it or you are dead. His own weapon is raised in defense. He smiles. His breath is beginning to heave. He is struggling to hold his halberd up, and the other guard is faring a little better. Things are getting serious. Alright. Preparing to strike hard. I have a feeling this will kill me. Just barely overpowered him. Alright. We're gonna go ahead and try again. Mostly because resources are so scarce. So the first thing he does is he attacks at about a 5, I think. So we're going to go with 5.6. What he defended that time. Okay, readying for a strong attack, so that's a defend. Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to overpower that. Fall to your shoulders, that's defensive. Good. Okay, chance to overpower him. I doubt I'll be able to overpower, but... Okay. Simply out of shape. He's gonna go ahead and guard again. Good. And then he's gonna go ahead and guard again. And then here he's going to strike. Probably. I'm gonna defend. That seems like the smart thing to do. Yeah. Alright, now we're gonna go ahead and cut through. Yep, there we go. Acting quickly, you sweep your sword across his body with powerful force. It is enough to finish him. The guard collapses backwards against the stone floor of the chamber. At the same time, you hear a second scream. The other fight has ended as well. Alright, we'll go ahead and continue with that. Flanker has cut down his man as well. You and your comrade clean your blades. Flanker says a short prayer and then tastes a fingertip of blood from his victim. Opening the door, he gestures to you to go first. Go inside. This is the main council chamber of Kar, a wide room with a domed roof supported by tall pillars, ornately carved with monsters, serpents, and instruments of torture. In the center, 12 throne-like seats are arranged in a circle, with one on a raised dais, presumably the seat of the first noble. All are empty. A chalk circle has been drawn just inside the ring of thrones. Flanker frowns. This is not right, he muses. Examine the circle. You approach the chalk circle. It appears to be just what it seems, a circle inscribed on the floor of the room. The only remarkable thing is how perfect it is. It is a flawless curve. Rather too well drawn, Flanker says, echoing your thoughts. That makes me suspicious. Let's walk around the chairs. Make a slow circle of the chairs, Flanker doing likewise in the other direction. No one here, he remarks. No secret doors, no hidden passages. You notice the chairs all have names on their backs. The circle is obviously a trap, and maybe a teleporter to the real room. The throne of the first noble has the name Sansis embossed in gold leaf on its back. The names on the others are smaller and fashioned from plain iron. Muslas, Tiffin, Lorag, Shinva, Zarin, and Theta. It would seem that none of the chairs have been sat in for a very long time. Sitting in the throne would do nothing. We're going to go ahead and walk into the circle. You step towards the chalk circle. At the last moment, Flanker rushes forward and catches your arm. No, he exclaims, holding you back just at the edge. Once, he breathes, you saved my life. Now I saved yours and clear my debt to you. That is no circle. That is a portal trap. Step inside. I must find Sansis and the nobles, you tell him. I'll see where this leads. Flanker reaches out to stop you, but he's not quick enough. You feel nothing as you cross the boundary. But one moment you are in the council chamber, then your foot touches nothing inside, and you are falling. Well, it didn't say I was dead. This fall is gonna hurt. You land with a splash in dark and filthy water. This is a tunnel filled with the worst stench you can imagine. Things splash and scurry through the darkness. You pass a heap of black cloth, a huddled creature. Well, I think this is as good a place as any to go ahead and end this episode. We got Flanker back. We got a lot of rations and stuff, and we got some health back, though we did kind of lose it again. But we are also super low on gold, and who knows where this is going to lead. So, if you want to see what's down here, go ahead and subscribe. There's a new video every other day. If you like this video, or at least didn't scream at me too much for the various decisions that I've made, go ahead and leave a like. And go ahead and comment down below if you're happy to see Flanker again, and anything else that you thought was kind of a fun consequence of doing things a little bit differently this time. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and have a great day, and I hope that you soar high and enjoy your ride of life. Bye!